Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dominic with 9 to 5 Tactical, and today we will be reviewing the Cyelee Ghost HDG. Just a quick disclaimer, Cyelee did reach out to us to review their optic. Freaking scam calls. Before I was rudely interrupted, let me thank our channel sponsor, Aura. Do you get annoyed from scam calls and emails, or you even wonder how they even got your information in the first place? There are so many leaks that people have no idea how to protect themselves anymore, and that puts them at risk of credit fraud and identity theft. Data brokers are also collecting and selling your information. Aura offers data monitoring that will notify you quickly if it detects your personal information has been compromised. This will help you resolve any potential fraud threats. Plus, their app can encrypt your Wi-Fi connection and protect your phone and computer from malware. Aura offers a 14-day trial, and you can cancel whenever you want. Sign up with the link description below to stay protected and support the channel. Cyelee did reach out to us to review their optic, but regardless, we're not going to be a product shill. As always, we'll be honest with our experience and refuse to work with companies that do not allow us to do so. Quick backstory of all of us: we're red dot shooters here because they're simply better. Jokes aside, even though I'm right, they allow us to be target focused and provide more feedback. Anyways, we've tried some of the first gen Cyelee optics in the past before the inception of this channel, and they had issues with their emitter, so we wanted to see if they gotten better. If you have ADHD like myself and needed too long, didn't read, yes, they have gotten better. This is a newer company from China, just like another company we know called Holosun. Anyways, it's held up with no catastrophic issues and has held zero and has a reasonable price of $283 MSRP. Still here? Well, here are the specs. Is red and only in red, 2 MOA dot and 26 MOA circle adjustable multi-reticle, has a footprint for the RMR 47C/507C. Has a shake awake, motion deactivated standby, up to 50,000 hours of battery life. I'm pretty sure you only reach those numbers if you have it on one of the lowest settings. IPX7 waterproof, drop proof of 6 inches up to 45-ounce pistols on concrete. Side mounted battery so you don't have to re-zero every time. Window size of 26.5 by 22.5 millimeter. Parallax free, 8 daytime settings and 2 night vision settings. Price of $282.99 MSRP listed on Cylee's website, which is cheaper than Cylee's Amazon listing of $338. We also have a discount code that will save you 15%, which will display here on the screen, and we'll also put it in the description down below. This is specifically for the Ghost HDG on Amazon. Additionally, there's a warning for certain pistols if your optic sits too far forward that it may cause malfunctions. If you haven't guessed it by now, the Ghost HDG does look a little familiar to a certain American company that we're aware of. Yes, Trijicon SRO is quite based off of that. If you look at the design, circular design, as well as the cowl as well. But the difference between the SRO and the Ghost HDG is the thickness. This is a thick boy. This HDG hood is definitely made for duty use. That's why I have the IPX7 rating as well as the drop information, because they are quite confident in its durability. On their website, it says it's drop proof for use on pistols at 6 inches optic down that weigh about 45 ounces. So we can use some bro science and we're going to test that for ourselves. So we're past 1,000 rounds on the Cyelee Ghost HDG. We're going to see if it held zero at 10 yards, and then after that we're going to try drop testing it and see if it still holds zero.
Oh my god.
Forgot to put one in the chamber. Pretty much almost all touching. So the grouping at 10 yards, pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Top 2 are touching. Bottom 3 are also touching. It's like 1 inch. It's quite big. Just kidding. That's really a good grouping, especially out of the Ross Martin with that 4-inch barrel. The red dot held zero. So we're gonna see what Cylee's website claims. 6-inch drop should hold zero. So here we go. All right, so 6 inches-ish. I think that's what their website claims. This is very scientific, so here we go. That didn't seem like a very good job. Let's do it one more time. All right, let's try it. It's also unloaded. Or is it? Just kidding. Nothing major, no major denting, just like some scrapes on the hood here. Also, there's no visible cracking either. The emitter actually, the optic shut itself off. I just had to turn it back on. So that was kind of interesting. I thought it died, but it just powered itself off after dropping it. Another 5-round grouping, 10 yards again. I just threw one. If you don't count this one that I threw right here, we basically have the same grouping. So far so good, same group as before. We're doing a little bit more of an extremist test. So we'll go head level. Now I will show you, it's unloaded. That sounded pretty rough. You saw the dust kick up?
On the optic, I think you twisted because you pushed it down.
I dropped it, I didn't do anything. I just went.
No, I saw you go down.
I'll try again. Ooh. So we've got more paint rubbing off, but no issues, no visible cracking on the glass at all. Can you see it? All right. So see if it held 0 at 10 feet again. Then if it does hold 0 at 10 yards, my bad.
Oh my god.
All right, let's go check that out. Interesting. Can't tell if it's me or the dot. All of them are shifting slightly low and left there. Maybe like 1.5 inches now. Still rather acceptable grouping within that size. So we'll go ahead and try at 25 yards. Might have thrown that one. That's the shot I threw. It was definitely, I knew I threw that one. Here. But these other two are in there. Other than that, if you just count these 4 shots in here, like if you didn't want to, you just count that out. That's like about a 2-inch grouping. So pretty good. After dropping at 6 feet, it's still holding 0. And actually the Ross Martin, regardless of this video, is still really good. Pretty impressed with the Cyelee so far. Getting into the pros and cons, let's start with the pros. Very large window. As you can see, it hangs off the slide quite a bit. Glass clarity. There is virtually no noticeable parallax when shooting. However, if you do hold the gun and just point it at some object and focus on it, you do notice there's some parallax, but nothing to distract you from shooting and transitioning from target to target. Very robust. If you look at the design of the Ghost, you can see how thick the hood is. Cyelee also provides a multitude of optic screws compared to other companies offering more possible mounting options with different types of slides. Now with the cons. This may vary from model to model, yours might be fine, but ours, however, had this weird emitter issue that depending on the brightness level of the day, we noticed a square outline. It was especially noticeable on cloudy days. Talk about brightness levels, the brightness settings. The brightness settings between level 2 and level 3, there's a huge jump from non-existent to in your face. Now you have this crazy sunspot in your eye. Not really, that's just an exaggeration, but that was also noticeable at level 6s to level 7. Lastly, the final con is actually the double-edged sword of the pro of the oversized optic window. Cyelee does mention in their website that this may cause malfunctions depending on how your pistol's optic mounting platform is designed. So far, we didn't have any issues with failure to extracts, and that is on the RM1C that we have here that we're currently reviewing, the Watcher PDP, which we're also putting rounds through. And lastly, it was on the HK VP9 that we reviewed in the past. I don't have that with me right now, but we did not experience any issues with that. If you haven't checked out that video, we'll put it up here. Go check that out when you got some time. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Our overall experience with the Ghost HDG has been rather positive. We swapped the Cyelee to multiple pistols and they all managed to hold 0. So far, there are no other apparent issues other than the emitter having a fuzzy outline at certain brightness settings and the brightness settings not having enough adjustable levels. As for my final thoughts, as mentioned already, the Ghost HDG turned out to be a pretty quality optic. Hopefully they resolve their emitter issue in the future. I'd say the only thing holding back the Cyelee is their previous track history. They're a newer company, and our past experience, the first gen red dots have had some issues. Also, they are Chinese. There's a weird stigma that if it's a Chinese manufacturer, it's crap. Example case, we got a bunch of negative comments on the Holster we have mounted on our staccatos. As we all know, even if a company in the firearms industry is having a redemption arc, it's very difficult to earn everyone's trust. Since we're running the Ghost HDGs on many of our pistols to review, we'll keep everyone updated on how they hold up in the tens of thousands of rounds later that we put on these pistols. If you enjoyed the video and made it this far, thanks for watching, and to those who have ADHD, just click the chapters below. Also thank you, your view and opinion does count, and we do value that. Follow our Instagram at 95 Tactical, we'll also link in the description down below. And lastly, as a responsible firearm owner, please get good and stay good, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.